Welcome. We are doing a kettlebell workout today. What I'm going to be using is a 15-pound kettlebell. It's a nice in-between weight. I'm going to be able to get through all of the workouts, but I'm going to feel the work of that 15 pounds by the end of this. We're 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Really what you're looking for is that medium to challenging weight, but not so challenging you can't complete the 45 seconds in its entirety with form. So what are we doing? We're going to be taking our legs, doing our athletic stance, slightly staggered back, and we're going to be having our weight opposite to the arm we're rowing. So we're doing a diagonal grab. So we're going to do a diagonal grab into that row. It's going to feel like you're starting a lawnmower that just doesn't want to start. So you're going to come down, sink into those legs, into that back foot, using that calf, and coming through. From the side, it looks like this. Getting that core in, get that glute up and through. Just like that. The hard part is to not let the belly rest. It feels like it's super comfortable and you want it to rest, but we don't. You really want to keep it glued into that spine. The next thing we're going to do is take that weight and go into a single kettlebell swing. Just like that. Then we're going to row and do the same thing on the opposite side. Then we're going to finish off with a swing. Catch that weight, take it down into a squat, swing, and squat. We're going to be doing those 5 exercises 5 times through. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Let's hit play. So, 10-second countdown as always with the Tri-Fit workouts. We always do a nice 10-second countdown to get ourselves ready. So we're going to go into our stance and row. Taking that over and row. You can either put your hand behind your back, put it to the side, the hand that you're not using, whatever feels comfortable. The big thing you want to remember, I like to put it on my belly to remind myself to keep it in. What you want to remember is that arm is coming right here to that 90 along the spine. You're not looking to take the arm past the back. So you're not trying to create an elevation like that. You really want to get into that row, getting into that, and really kind of feel that muscle getting right into that sweet spot there, as well as that glute working to hold you nice and stable. Core always engaged. So we're going to go into our single arm kettlebell swings just like this. Take that right through. Swing. Focusing on locking that core on the top and letting yourself sink into the squat as you thrust those hips forward into your kettlebell swing. Nice and steady. Best part about these is not only do they get that heart rate up, but they let you have that sense of movement all the way through. You really feel butt cheeks working as you squeeze that through, getting them to fire while you squeeze that belly button in, keeping those shoulders back. Full body workout every single time you use a kettlebell. That's what I love the most about them. And take that through. So now we're going to change our stagger stance. So the other leg is going to go back and we're going to lock that in, getting ready to set our chest nice and proud and row that through. Right back, just like that. Getting that through, holding that belly in. It wants to sneak out. So what I like about having mirrors in the studio, being able to catch that form, catch those little bits that I'm looking for. Just like that. Getting through into the movement. Nice. Feeling that. Get in. And go into the swing from there. So we're going to come up, right, take the hair out of your face, you can breathe, and then we're going to let that swing, set that shoulder as far back as you can, core in, and swing that through. Nice. Nice and steady. Let the rhythm take over. You really can let your body settle into a nice pattern, steady rhythm with the kettlebell swings. Focusing on the smoothness, transitioning from one movement to the next. Squeeze that up. Nice. You want to make sure those bellies are pulling that belly button to the spine. And breathe. Beautiful. Nice work, everybody. Nice work. 3, 2, 1. And now you can start seeing what I mean by a weight you can do throughout the entire workout. You could also opt to keep changing your weight, either going scaling down or scaling up. I find I get the maximum work out of choosing a nice medium weight, but it doesn't feel easy. It feels like work from the very first round, but I definitely have gas in the tank, so that by the time I get to the last round, I'm feeling that fatigue that's gonna breed results. There we go. Nice clean swing, catching it right there. What you do is you let your thumbs kind of catch into the handle and come down. So you swing it, catch it, squat it. Swing, catch, squat, and off. We're gonna go right back to that row. So that we're gonna grab across and row. So grab across and row, right like that. There we go. Up, taking that diagonally across, loads that front leg. You can feel that in the glute. Take that across, set the chest, pull the belly button in, and then start that lawnmower right there. You can see my hand position is changing as well. That I go from my kettlebell being here to being in a sideways position, taking that through, nice and smooth and in control, letting that belly, legs are gonna be on fire. So the nice thing is how, yes, technically we're working on a row, but you can feel, just even into the second round, those legs really in overdrive, having to support you. So, swing that through. Right there, good work. So the arm that was just rowing is the arm that's swinging right now, keeping that core in as you settle into your rhythm and breathe through. Now remember, we're here for 5 rounds. At any point, if you need to take a break, have some water, please feel free. Don't wait for me to give you permission. You know when you need to break. So, listen to your body, listen to its cues. As you squeeze those glutes, as you squeeze the belly button to the spine, finishing that off right there. So, we're gonna go into that next position. So I'm going opposite arm now. So dragging diagonally across the body as I go into my row. So just like that. Good. Nice. Getting into that glute and row. Holding that abdomen in nice and tight, not letting it relax on the bottom. Feeling everything work. Those quads and glutes, they're working too. That calf is working. Having that foot in its pivot position so that the back foot, you're up on the toes, working those calves, driving that front knee forward into a nice, secure, stable position. As you grab that row, snatch it and up. And then we're gonna go into our swing with that arm that we were just rowing. Feeling the sweat just starting to come out nicely on the body. As we come up for 2, 1, and swing. Good. Pulling the belly button into the spine. Nice. Lifting up through the chest. Good. Sweet. Right like that. Lovely. Oh. Just pushing through. You can really start to feel those abdominals having to do the work. Make sure you're evenly pressing those hips forward in your kettle swing. Keeping that chest nice and proud as you keep that rhythm, that pattern of your swing coming through. Good. Lift the chest just a little bit more. Lovely. Good. Smile and breathe. 2, 1, and off we get. Good job. So we're gonna go into our double swing to a squat. I really love how this gets the heart rate up. Just a little bit, just enough. So, swing. It's also 39 degrees outside today. So even though I'm inside in a nice air-conditioned building, it's amazing how much being out in the heat really already kind of fatigues the body, right? So that air conditioning is lovely, don't get me wrong. Whew. Definitely appreciating it today. And squatting right into that, lovely. Something to remember, if you work or live in a hot climate, or at least it's hot at the moment, that heat is fatiguing you. So if you're not getting extra hydration, you need to get some extra hydration. And you need to think about the fact that that heat does fatigue you. So you need to think a little bit more about timing when you're doing your workouts in a day. I really strongly recommend doing them in the morning if you can. And through. If you can get them done in the morning, before that heat really has a chance to start fatiguing you, start kind of knocking into your energy and your drive and your motivation, you're more likely to hit play. You're more likely to feel all the benefits of the workout, not feel that fatigue, but instead feel that energy to carry you through the rest of the day. Whereas if you wait until later, that heat just starts to slowly suck into your bones and kind of makes it a little bit harder because you're tired from the heat, especially if you haven't been hydrating enough. So we're gonna go into that swing. We're in our third round already. Third round. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so we're gonna come through. I've been saying already a lot today. And swing it right there, that's it. Keeping those thrusts nice and tight. Mind you, I would take hot days over anything. I would gladly take 39 degrees any day over minus 30. The sun definitely just gives you all the good feels. All that vitamin D just soaking into the skin feels so good. It's definitely a nice switch. So, all I do is make sure I get those workouts in the morning, especially my runs. I'll switch from doing my runs midday to doing my runs in the afternoon instead. Oh, sorry, in the morning instead. So normally what I'll do is do my strength or whatever in the morning, and then I'll do my run normally around lunch as a break. Sometimes after work, the end of the day, just to kind of clear my head, is when I'll throw that run in. So instead, what I'll do is shorten my run up, do my run and my strength in the morning. I'll get my strength knocked out first, and then I'll go and hit my run, let it shake everything out of my body, and then I'm good to go for the day. That's how I adjust when the weather starts picking up and the heat just starts kind of climbing up and up and up. Good. Sitting into that. Starting to let myself get into too much of a rested position. Resetting right there. So now we're gonna go into that swing. And nice, good position. Oh, there goes the sweat. Starting, I was wondering if it was gonna happen. And sometimes find the strength workouts like these don't necessarily get the same sweat factor. But sweat is pouring down. There we go. Nice. Keeping that chin up. Pulling that belly in. Lovely. Getting right into our pattern. Making sure both the glutes are firing equally, meaning both butt cheeks are squeezing nice and hard. Same amount of equal pressure. You can sometimes find that one side doesn't fire as tight when you switch to a single arm swing. So you want to make sure both are firing nice and tight. Swing that through. Good. So now we're going to go into our squats. Swing and squat. Booties. Definitely getting a workover today. Like I said, what I love about kettlebells is the full body factor. Biggest bang for your buck. You work core, legs, upper body, arms. You get the whole gamut in one nice, tight, concise workout. Good. Letting that weight take you down into your squat. Up. Letting it let you sink right down there. Through. And you'll see that I make micro adjustments. Before I go into my squat, I'll just make sure my shoulders are back, my pelvis is nicely tilted and tucked in, my abs are pressed in. Those are all the things that I go through as systems checks the entire time I'm working out. It's really good to kind of come up with your own systems check. We all kind of come to our workouts with our own physical history, whether you had a sprained ankle as a kid, or maybe you dislocated a shoulder, or you had some kind of injury. So you've had to learn to make sure that you are engaging and protecting different parts of your body properly and not letting old movement patterns kick in. So whatever your physical history is, you kind of create your own systems check to make sure you're dialing it in every time, especially as that fatigue starts to set in. It's really important in that fatigue stage to make sure that you're not losing that form for the sake of the movement. What do I mean? That just to complete the exercise, you're sacrificing your form. We don't want to do that. So finding your own systems checks is really, really crucial. For me, because I've had a severe diastasis, and while I recovered from that, my body found new movement patterns so that I could still move and do what I need to do. Doesn't mean they're necessarily the right ones. So when the diastasis was fixed, I was able to then start working on reconnecting the right muscle patterns, getting the right slings of muscle working together. So really important to know what your systems check should be. If you're not sure, you can always book a session with a trainer. They can help you figure out what your special movements need to be, what are the corrections you need to be working through. That's what we're here for. Whew. That, and just sweat with you. Definitely, just sweat with you. Oh, it's nothing like a good sweat. Nothing like this sweat. So getting into that stack and row. Making sure that core is nicely tacked in. Pulling it to the spine as you pull up on that Kegel. And have that pelvis tilted forward all at the same time. In those legs. Getting into those legs nicely. Nice. Taking that across. Making sure you're getting that lawnmower started. I know it's tricky and stubborn, but you gotta stick with it. Normally on the 2000th pull, if somebody decides to start going, one day that reference is not gonna make sense. And through. Nice, keeping that still tight. Good. We're gonna go into our swing next. Now we're feeling it in the fourth round, aren't we? We're gonna go into our single swing, and then we're gonna go into our double afterwards. And And so normally 4 rounds is all we do here at TriFit, but with the kettlebells, because they are such a good full body, we're doing 5 rounds today, so we're going for just shy of 25 minutes. Good. Taking that right through, making sure both those butts are firing. Making sure the belly button is coming in as you squeeze those glutes together, making sure they all want to talk together. They want to join the party all at the same time. Swing that through. Good. Almost there. 10 seconds right there. Good. Taking that through. Nice. Oh. So now we're going to do our double swing. That was quite a loud thunk. It's not that heavy of a weight, but by the end it starts to have its effect, which goes back to really choosing your weight properly. So we're going to come in, swing, squat that down. Swing that through. Let that weight take you down. Swing and down. So choosing your weight properly means that I'm feeling that 15 pounds now, 4 rounds in, and I have just enough left to get that 5th round out. That I'm feeling every movement now, really feeling the muscles kick in, feeling them work and struggle just enough, not too much that I can't complete the movement. And that's where finding that perfect weight for the workout comes in. All right, last round, guys. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? We're almost there. Home stretch. Home stretch. Home stretch. All right. So getting into that nice kind of sprinter position and row. Making sure I'm taking that all the way back to that opposite foot. It's easy for me to want to cheat and let it come inside just a little bit. So bringing that up, making sure that core is not sneaking out while we're leaning into that movement. Right there. Like I said, perfect weight so that on this last round, I'm talking myself into each movement, convincing myself I want to do this. That's when I know I've picked the right weight. So the first 2 rounds I'm feeling good. 3rd round I'm like, yeah, let's do this. 4th round you're starting to be like, whew, we're going to be finishing soon. And the last round, you're having some nice negotiations with yourself. That's when you know you've picked the right weight. Constant little negotiations with yourself through the last round, so that you're talking to yourself, reminding yourself not to cheat at it this stage. Don't take the easy road. Let yourself focus on the movement. It's going to be a little bit more effort, pushing those hips through. Oh, nice. Squeezing right there. Good job. Nice and steady. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Good. Still bringing that chest nice and proud with double thrust. Okay, ready to go into our row on the other side. So that we're doing, again, make sure we got a nice diagonal action happening. And row. Taking that through. Just like that. And nice and tight. And row. Good job. Letting that come through. I'm not trying to jerk it. It's really easy to want to jerk it at this stage as you're fatiguing. You want to still squeeze from the belly, squeeze from the glutes, and then squeeze those arms, squeeze that back, those chest muscles, those back muscles, not chest, back muscles, squeezing those. Get a nice clean row. Making sure that core is supporting your back. So that core stays nice and tight, your back stays nice and protected. You should not be feeling this in your lower back. This should be all in the upper back, working those back muscles just right. It shouldn't be painful. And Swing that through. This is our last single arm swing, and then we do our squats, and we are all done. That's it. Swinging that through, squeezing those glutes. Remember, we want both sides squeezing nice and tight. Good. Pulling that belly button in at the same time. Letting the legs do the work on these swings. You got it. Come on. Swing it through. We got 15 seconds left on the clock right here. 15. Good. You got this. Swinging it through. Almost there. 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds. Good job. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody. So now we're going to go through, we're going to do our double swing into our squat. This is it. This is our last one. So we're going to make sure that we do it nice and clean. And swing. Drop that down. Let that weight carry you down. Good. Still pressing those knees outwards into our squat. Try to keep that belly in. I know it wants to sneak out. It wants a break. It's a little tired of working for 25 minutes. Just tell your belly's got a little bit longer to go. 23 seconds, in fact, to hold it all in. Good. Through. Getting that nice and deep. Here we go. 10 seconds right there. Swing it through. Nice and deep. Swing. Nice and deep. Good job, good job. And finish that off. And that's your workout. That is your kettlebell full body workout courtesy of TriFit. If you want more of my workouts, you can check me out at gettrifit.com. Thank you always for getting in motion with me here today. And remember, every day is a good day that you hit play. You did a great job. Remember to high five, punch it out. You deserve it. I'll see you the next time you hit play.